I'm ready to go. Ready to go. I love my mangoes.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bam, bam.
Oh, I hear it.
This Lumpia is for you, ancestors. Ienna, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me on your show. I am admittedly a little nervous, but I have made this recipe once before.
Okay, and what is this recipe that we're making today?
So it's lumpia, which is like the Filipino egg roll. And it's like a good entryway into what Filipino cuisine is if you've never had it before. This recipe is from this cookbook of Quintessential Filipino Cooking by Liza Abinlog.
Wow.
Agbenlog.
So I'm so excited that you're here and guiding me through this journey into Filipino food. I am very nervous, but mostly I'm ready to eat.
I want to say that this is a recipe that is relatively foolproof.
Okay, well, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so what do we need?
You need 1 pound of, generally it's ground pork, but you can use any ground meat. I have ground chicken.
Same. Carrots. Okay. Oh, and I need to grate them?
Yes, we do have to grate them.
I know we need garlic powder, right?
Yes, garlic powder. I love garlic, so I personally am going to chop up a little real garlic, but you don't have to.
I could do that too. Yay. How much garlic do you
just like, good question. Do I usually, because of the one other time I've made? I'll do 1 clove.
And then we need soy sauce.
Have my garlic powder. The recipe calls for fresh ground black pepper, but I'm lazy and I just use ground black pepper.
Yeah, Trader Joe's. We have our materials.
So all we have to do really is just shred things, cut things, mix it all together, roll it, and then we just toss it to get fried.
Cool, we can do that. We can totally.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Bam, bam. Check. Also, look at this.
That's so cute.
It's an apron.
Cute.
And it has my name on it. See, she hand stitched my name.
Wait, she hand stitched that? That's so good.
I've never had an apron. Have you ever had an apron?
No, I've actually been looking for one. I can't find one where it's not going to cost me like $500. Well, not $500.
What? Aggressive amount of money. Are they really that expensive? So
I usually start with grating things because it's my least favorite thing to do. I usually peel the carrot. I usually do.
So while we do this, why don't you tell the group about Filipino food? Like, what is a staple of the Filipino kitchen?
I feel like when I think about Filipino food, it tends to be one of 2 flavor palettes. It's either sweet or it's sour, like in terms of vinegar. Sweetness, I think, is something that I didn't really realize until lately. Even our spaghetti sauce, if anyone has ever had Jollibee before, it's a very sweet spaghetti sauce. There's like a lot of sugar in it. My favorite Filipino cabinet staple is banana ketchup.
Banana ketchup?
I know. It's made with bananas. I recommend folks to go Google banana ketchup.
How much did we say we needed of these carrots?
1/3 of a cup.
Okay, so what is your favorite Filipino food or dish?
Oh, wait, hold on. My favorite dish is sisig, pork sisig, which is essentially pork belly, like chopped up into little pieces. And it's delicious.
Sounds good. I don't think I've ever had it. I've heard of it.
And then next, 3 tablespoons of minced shallots.
You came to the U.S. when you moved to the U.S. when you were young.
Yes.
When you were in the 1st grade?
Yeah, I was 6 years old.
You were born in the Philippines.
Yes, I was born in Manila.
And you moved to Hong Kong.
Yes, I moved when I was a month old.
Wow, I know so much about you. It's unreal.
I know. It's like you've known me for a long time or something, you know?
Living in LA, did you find that, oh my God, I just realized I was rubbing my eyes and I'm wearing like eyeliner?
I feel you though. I'm like, I was about to reach for my spatula and do this. That's not going to do anything.
Anyway, so you grew up in LA. I know you told me that it was pretty multicultural.
I pretty much lived around a lot of Filipinos. You can't go 15 minutes without hearing Tagalog.
And then you moved to the East Coast. What was that experience like for you, just in terms of like cultural diversity and exposure to Filipino community?
That was truly the first time that I was ever in a place where it was majority white. When I started law school, there was this one moment in class where I was like, I am the only Filipino person in this classroom right now. Later on, I found out there was one other Filipino person, but it was still wild.
How did you find that your cultural identity, like whatever that means to you, how has it evolved over your lifetime?
I feel like because I was around so many Filipino folks growing up, I almost felt like I could coast. Like I didn't really have to connect because I didn't have to try. I didn't feel lost because that's what I felt when I went to Boston. I sometimes was the first Filipino person that someone had ever met. I felt this sense of like, if I'm the only Filipino person here, I'm going to be really loud about it. So when I'd meet people in Boston or if I was in school, I would be like, hi, I'm Ienna, I'm Filipino. It was when I started to remember like, I get to define what Filipino means to me because I am Filipino and this is my own path. But especially when Filipino culture is based on community and family, it felt very hard.
In the end, I think you have grown so much and you're so strong, and like being able to like kind of experience what it means to like fight for your cultural identity is huge, and probably was a lesson that you need to learn, even though it's one that you're probably going to have to continue coping with for the rest of your life.
You said it exactly right. I feel like it was a catalyst for a lot of growth. And a lot of like deeper connection with my culture and a deeper connection with myself.
Okay, well,
all right.
Enough chatting.
Let's chop the garlic. So I pretty much like mince it, whatever that means, basically make it small. Because we have the real garlic, I'll cut like I think it's like a tablespoon of garlic powder. It's a teaspoon of garlic powder. I'll just like cut that in half.
What? Cut one in half? Garlic?
Oh, I'll cut like the whole clove because I'd rather have the real garlic in it.
Right.
And then it asks, yeah, I'm going to cut the garlic powder instead of a full teaspoon. It's going to be half. Yes.
Oh, so you're doing garlic and garlic powder. Got it. Okay. See, I didn't realize that. Got it. I don't know how to mince garlic.
Oh, me too.
Do you have a garlic press?
I've used a garlic press before and I found it very confusing and cumbersome. And I'm like, did my ancestors have a garlic press? I don't think so.
Well, if I use that logic for like everything in my life, I'd be doing like nothing. Did my ancestors have an iPhone? No, they didn't.
Did my ancestors have a car?
Nope.
No, they didn't. That's a deep ancestor, like deep.
That's like going back. This lumpia is for you, ancestors.
Yes. 1 tablespoon soy sauce.
When you were a kid, what did you used to have in your lunchbox?
I remember having Filipino food, and then as with most, maybe not most, but like a sizable portion of children of immigrants got made fun of for my food. And I remember there was the final time I went back home to my mom and I was like, I have to only eat peanut butter and jelly now.
Oh, sad.
And I hated peanut butter and jelly. I think it was like my food looked weird. It wasn't even that it smelled weird. It just looked bizarre. And like I had rice. So it was like, why are you bringing rice to school? Something.
Rice is amazing. You didn't like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches?
I think it wasn't until I emigrated to the US that I saw peanut butter and jelly. And I was just like, what is this? Where's the meat? Where is the rice?
There's no rice in this peanut butter and jelly. So did your mom end up making you peanut butter and jelly sandwiches just for the rest?
Yeah. That and like, you know, like your standard like ham and cheese. It's a lot of turkey. I had so much turkey as a kid that I'm now sick of turkey.
I think we were more of a ham family. We were a hammy family.
You're a ham. Is that a term?
I don't know.
I'm gonna Google this.
Oh, you ham.
Okay, you're a ham.
Google. You're a ham.
The phrase, you're such a ham, refers to someone who likes to be the center of attention.
That does sound like me. Oh, this smells so good, Ienna.
I'm so excited. 1 teaspoon pepper. Oh, and then you need sugar.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and put in the meat, yeah?
Yes, just do it.
You've been back to the Philippines since you left?
I have. I went back in 2012. Before that, I hadn't gone back since I was 5. We stayed with my grandparents. It was cool because it was nice to stay in the home that my mom grew up in.
I finished mixing. It looks
all
like
right.
this. Is that?
That is perfect. It just looks like pretty much mush. All we need is one egg slightly beaten. Stuck.
Hey, no shells. Whoa, this is fun. Ooh, how gratifying.
Things here so that I can show you. So first, so you know how you have your thing? You're gonna want to make it like a diamond shape towards you. And then you take your 1 tablespoon of meat. So I put that there and I like kind of shape it so that it's like essentially like the shape of a lumpia. So like a little roll. Okay, so what you do then, I take the corner closest to me and I like roll it up and I like kind of tuck it so that it like creates that little roll, that pattern. And then what I do now is fold this side over and then I fold the other side over. And then you just roll it up. And that's it.
Wow.
You rolled your first lumpia. You seal it with water. I completely forgot. You should probably get like a little bowl to put water in it. All right, that's one.
Yay, we did one.
Mine are actually looking pretty thick. They're like a finger for scale.
Let's see, my finger for scale.
Oh, that's like the same.
Yeah, I think we're doing a great job. I feel this is what it's supposed to be, right?
I have my lumpia ready.
Wow, look at yours. They look beautiful on that beautiful, beautiful board.
So we need our oil. You're pretty much going to want to put as much of a layer so that this will be able to submerge.
I'm ready to go. Ready to go.
Oh, I hear it. You take it out once they turn like a golden brown.
Is this like golden brown?
Oh, that's golden. Yeah, that's perfect.
They look a little bit too crispy. Maybe I left them in for too long.
You also might want to maybe put down the heat a little bit. You might want to leave it in a little bit shorter so that the edges don't get like super brown, but they're still definitely good, definitely edible.
I strive for definitely edible. Let's see. They look so good. Okay, ready to do it. Are you ready to try one?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm starting. This is really good.
Yay!
Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna eat all of these.
I'm very happy.
All right, all right, all right. Thank you so much for taking the time to teach me this recipe and for making it with me. You are right. It actually was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And another thing I'm excited about is you have a very awesome Instagram account. And I want to take some time to just like talk about your account. And also, I know that you asked some of your followers to ask you questions for this kind of Q&A. But first, can you just like tell the public about your Instagram account?
My Instagram account is at the Colonial Bulaklak. Bulaklak is flower in Tagalog. So I started the account mostly as like a practice space for me because I'd always liked art. I just wanted to practice doing graphic design. I care about social justice, so a lot of the things that I would make were like activists I cared about, quotes that inspired me, theories that I thought were really important. And I started it back like in September of 2019. I posted a few graphics about Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and George Floyd. That was when everything on social media started blowing up. I got swept up in it, and now I have like 20,000 followers, which is wild considering I had less than 100 in March.
That's pretty rapid growth. Let's get into the questions. Question number 1. What program do you use?
Canva, it's Photoshop. for the people.
What is your process like?
I really do approach it like I'm writing a research paper. I'll collect articles based on a topic that I've chosen, and I usually choose the topic based on like a contemporary issue that's going on. So I also tend to notice my followers are interested in. I write notes on the main parts that I want to put down, and I organize it like a research paper where I have like, what do I want in the intro slide to be? I try to formulate the basics so that folks will understand it when they do research on their own, hopefully. Then I do the design. That's generally my process.
Next question. What's your backstory in regards to undergrad and law school?
I went to law school. I went to Northeastern. I focused on immigration, and I focused on like defending women of color, specifically folks who dealt with domestic violence. And yeah, I mean, I got to the end of law school and I was like, I can't do this. It's really hard to be a lawyer. It takes a lot of mental and emotional energy, especially if you're working with marginalized groups, because the law is not there to protect people as much as we think it is. And I guess this links back to my undergrad, where I started off just caring about social justice. Even when I was young, I really liked learning about the civil rights movement. People were loud and people wanted to be like, you're treating me wrong and I'm not going to let you do that. I think that's like where I'm at again. I went to law school, thought that was the route I wanted to take to protect people and defend people. And then I was like, actually not that role. So now I'm like, well, here I am with my Instagram.
Yeah, no, but I think that there's a lot of value in what you're doing now. Social media and Instagram, especially how you're using it, is very much community like organizing. You have the capacity because you have the platform to mobilize a group of people.
It feels really cool to connect with people and also meet folks who have been doing this work. And I'm really grateful.
Well, then I do have one more Q&A for you. This is arguably the most important question. It's a question from my mom. So,
oh my God, yes.
If you were stranded on a deserted island, what food would you need to have with you? I don't know how much of it you get too. It could be like a last meal kind of situation.
Mangoes.
I knew it. You know, honestly, I think my mom would be on that deserted island with you because she loves mangoes. So together, you would be living your best lives. You wouldn't be alone stranded on this deserted island. Look at those. Ooh, look at those. Ooh, there are more. We're not done. Wow, beautiful.
I love my mangoes.
Thank you so much, Ienna, for joining me. I loved Lumpia. I've had it before, and I don't think I really loved it as much as I do now because I was taught by someone who is very meaningful to me.
Thank you so much for having me as your first guest. I am so honored. Like, comment, subscribe to her channel. It's going to be a great time. My last pose.
Everyone get your last pose ready. Great. Bye.